The Toronto Islands are referred to as simply Toronto Island, when in fact there are 14 of them. Now this boat on the right hand side is definitely speeding, so provided the police aren't too busy this afternoon, we should see a high-speed chase. We see about 7 or 8 of them a day, very exciting. Only one of the Toronto Islands is inhabited, that's Ward Island. If you look way off to our left, you can see some small cottages behind the trees. There are about 800 residents that live year-round on Ward Island, and as there are no stores or amenities whatsoever, whenever they need something, they have to get on board one of our city ferries and cross over into the city to get it. More immediately to our left, if you can see the sailboats behind the trees there, that is Centre Island. And Centre Island is the most frequently visited of the Toronto Islands because it's home to Centreville, a children's amusement park. Infamous JJ Muggs. During the years of Prohibition in the United States, JJ was a bootlegger, a rum runner. He ran a distillery on our left from which he illegally shipped rum across the lake and into the States. He never got caught, thanks to a clever trick. He would tie bags of salt to the naturally buoyant barrels of rum, and when the police approached his boat in search of the illegal contraband, he could throw the rum and the attached salt overboard. Both would sink to the bottom, and the police would come on board and take a look around. They wouldn't find anything, so they'd have to let him go. And all JJ would need to do is return to the area 2 or 3 hours later once all the salt had dissolved and the rum had risen to the surface, collect his catch and head along his way. Structure on Earth. There's more concrete underneath the tower than visible above ground. That has a lot to do with why the engineers claim that it's safe in times of an earthquake up to 6.5 on the Richter scale. They used to make an equally impressive claim that the tower was capable of withstanding a direct impact from a DC-10 traveling at full speed, but that's become a very sensitive issue these days for obvious reasons. There's a restaurant in the main level called 360, so named after the fact that it slowly revolves around. It takes about 72 minutes to make a full revolution. The designers of the restaurant figured that was the perfect amount of time that it would take the average couple to have a nice relaxing dinner, a bottle of wine, and an argument, all the while taking in a panoramic tour of the city. And if you can see where the white paint begins up top, there's a little bulge there. That's what's known as the Sky Pod, technically the highest observation platform in the world. You pay a little extra to get up there, but it's well worth it. They say on a clear day you can see Niagara Falls. Now, the tower also has a complex series of lightning rods which transmit electricity in the event of a thunderstrike from the tip down to a grounding mechanism in the base. But it was only 4 or 5 years ago, when the tower was undergoing renovations to its base, that they realized that they'd never hooked up the lightning rods to the grounding mechanism. It was a big story when it broke here in town. Fortunately, no one was ever harmed. About 3 weeks ago, we had a really big thunderstorm here in the harbor. Later that night on the news, they showed footage of the tower being struck twice by lightning. Very spectacular. They say it happens about 30 times a year.